introduction. So this SQL, right? SQL stands for and different types of sublanguages. Okay, right. Now let's start about DDL, guys. Keywording DDL. We start about DDL. Okay, DDL. DDL. It stands for what? Right. So it stands for data definition. Okay, definition language. Data definition language, right? It stands for data definition language. So totally out of 5 languages as a developer, how many languages required? So what are those? DDL, DML, and DRL. Okay, DRL required. Yes. So those 3 are used to develop the database, right? So here, observe all of you. I take the one table. So in the table, generally, there are 2 parts. One is the header. The other one is what here? Other one is the, which one? Body. The first one is the header, guys. In header, we have the all column names. All column names, okay? In the body, we have the actual data, right? Suppose in the header, we have the suppose student number, for example, student data, then some student name, right? And next one, let's take the suppose location, then marks, for example, let's take the course, guys, all of you. So these are the different columns of the student table, right? So what's first one? Student number. Second one, student name. Next one, location. Next one, marks, and the course. Okay, course. So these are the different columns of the student table, right? Student table, guys. Yes. So 2 parts are there. The first is total. This is called what? This is called totally what here? This is called the header. Okay, sorry, table, right? This is the table totally. It's a table. And the table, what's first part here? The first part is the header, and the second part is the right body, guys. This is the right. This is the body, header and the body, right? So how to work with header part? How to work with the head body part, and how to work with the which one? Entire table, right? Entire table here. Let us see, guys. To work with header part. Header part means create the header with all columns, modify the columns, add the new columns. Okay, remove the existing columns. To perform this all, okay, we use which one? DDL sublanguage. To work with header part, which one we use? DDL. It stands for what? Data definition language, right? Data definition language. Actually, it's called header. Header also called definition, guys. It's also called definition. The header or definition. Both are same, guys. Both are same. Header or definition, right? So in this one, some commands are there. Those commands we use to work with the header part. Next one. So now first part over, right? Now the first part over. But second part now. Second part is body, right? To work with body, we have another language. What's that language? DML language. Okay, DML, right? DML language, guys. So DML is used to work with what? To work with the body. To work with body, we use a DML sublanguage. To work with the body means to add the data, actual data, or to modify the data, to delete the data. So we use the DML. To add the header, to remove the header, to change the header, we use a DDL. So DDL on the header, DML on the body. Okay, body, right? So next one, one more is there. One more language is there. What's the language? DRL. the DRL will work on both the header and footer, guys. The DRL work on both header and the footer. Okay, it works on both. It works on both header and footer, guys. Means so DRL only one command is there. Only one command is there. If I use the command, then both will replay, guys. Which one? Header and the footer, right? So these are the sub languages which we use to work with complete table. If you know these three, DDL, DML, DRL, we can work with the table completely by adding, by modifying, by deleting. We can do all operations. Okay, take this table. Or tell me now. So why do we use DDL language? Why do we use DDL language? To work with which one? To work with the right there, right point now. DDL sublanguage is used at next point. DDL, 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 DDL. Okay, sublanguage is used to manage which one? The header of the table. 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 Right? Next. Managing means what's meaning of managing here? Managing means like create header. All of you create header. One operation, create header. Okay. Next one, add new columns. Add new columns. Okay. Or delete existing columns. Delete existing columns. Okay. Next one, change the data types and sizes. Change the data type and changes. Rename columns and so on. Right? DDL sublanguage has a different commands. Has a different commands. has a different commands. Has different commands. Tell me now, what are those? Anyone knows? Don't write. Just wait. Don't write. First create. Right. Don't write. Alter. Yes. Next one. Huh? Huh? Truncate. Truncate. Spelling is truncate. Fourth one is the drop. These four are the commands of which language? DDL sublanguage. Create means create the table, create the header. Create means alter. Alter means change the header. Change means by adding the columns, by remove existing columns, by change the columns names, by change the size, the type. That is the change. Alter. Truncate drop means it's about delete the data. Some difference is there that we see one by one clearly. But overall, truncate drop is about delete the data. Okay, right. So first keep it in create. First keep it in create. Create. Create all of them. Right. So what's the meaning of create here? Create is used to create the table, right? So actually here, first what we do, we have to install the MySQL, all of observe here. First, don't write. First, what we do, install MySQL, some latest version, guys. Okay, maybe some 8.0 like this, right? How to get this MySQL 8.0 version software? You get from the Google, or else as I given the link, right? As I given the video link, MySQL video link, right? Today, I'll share the software link also. I keep in the OneDrive, one folder. That link I share you, download from there and install. How to install are very simple, guys. Very simple. How to install? Just you can watch one video. Some steps are there. Some steps are right here. We enter here. How to install MySQL 8.0 on something Windows like this. Windows, okay. Click enter. Right, you can see guys some, okay. Now you can watch any one video, guys, or 8.0, right? Watch any one, they give step-by-step process. Suppose click here, just follow the video. First watch the video one time. Watch the video one time, then you start doing, guys, okay? Start doing, all of you. Don't start initially. If you have any doubt, then first watch the video 1 or 2 times. Okay, then you can start installing. They explain very clearly, step by step. Okay, all of you. Just follow this one, all of you, right? Right. So now what is over here? What is over here? For example, installation is done, guys. After over, then what to do next one? Open the software, right? Install over. Then what to do now? All of you observe here. First, open, right? MySQL. How to open MySQL? Just go to the search box here. Search box, okay. Type MySQL. You type here MySQL, okay. MySQL, you can see MySQL 8.0 opened. All of it, command line, client app, this app like this. Just click on this one. Click on this one. Right. So it is open, guys. It is open. While installing, it shows us that your default username is root. Username root. Password we set there. It asks us enter the password. You give the one password. Okay. So what are the password you give? You have to remember here, like forget password are there here. In case of Gmail, Facebook, we have the forget password option is there. But here no option again, you have to install again. Right? When you have the more accounts, automatically forget the passwords, right? In my case, I have around 30 Gmail accounts are there. I never remember any password. Every time forget password, get the link, give the new password. Every time. For Facebook also same. Every app same. I don't remember the passwords. Every time what option is there, forget password is there. Right? But here no forget password, guys. So in this case, I give the password nth@9010 password. Okay, right. Now the same I'm giving here, nth@9010. That's all. Now if I click enter, it connects to the MySQL. It connects to MySQL. Right. Now MySQL connection over, guys. So to create a table, we must have the one database. We must have the one database. The database you have to create. To create the database, we need one server. So the main one server, okay. All of you observe here. What's the main one? Server required main one, okay. Suppose imagine now this is server. This is the server. Tell me now, this MySQL, we know, right? MySQL, Oracle, SQL Server, these all are the databases or servers. MySQL is database server.
Database.
Database. Sure. Oracle. SQL Server. Then why difference? All are the servers. These all are the servers. MySQL Server, not the database. Oracle Server, not database. But you habituated calling the database. I'm learning database. No, you're learning the server. Oracle Server, learning the one language. Oracle Server, we're learning the one SQL language. Oracle Server, we're learning what here? A language, not the database. Okay, all of you. So this MySQL Server, guys. Now this MySQL Server, if you want, you can see it displays. What display here? MySQL 8.0 now. I'll open one more MySQL. I have two MySQLs in my laptop. 8.0 is there, and also 5.0 also is there. They displays a MySQL Server in 5.0. I just show you MySQL. This 5.0. I think this one, guys. Okay. I just click here. Right, this is the 5.0, and see the displaying here MySQL Server 5.0, not the database servers all are. Okay, right. Now, so I opened one server, right? I opened the MySQL Server, guys. In MySQL Server, what are available? All of observe here. This is the MySQL server. Some version, any version, no problem. In server, first we create the databases. We create the database. How many databases? N number of databases. In a single server, we can have the N number of databases. Suppose database 1, database 2, okay, database 2, then database 3, database 4. We can take N number of databases in single server. I give the name, suppose the database 1, we create manually. You can give any name. Database name, it can be any name. In Python, we follow some rules to create the identifier. It also the same rules we follow. Remember in Python identifier. Forgot that? What are those you follow in Python identifier? The name must be having a combination of lower, upper digits and underscores. Next one, the number should not start with the digit. Python identifiers, yeah. Not yes, sir. Tell me points I'm asking. You can have the underscores, same like here also some rules are there. The same rules we follow. It also any name generally, right? I take the name, for example, database 1 like this. I take the name for database 2. Okay. I take the name database 3 and database 1 again possible. Same name possible, not possible. All database 1 is there. One more database one. Is it possible? Not possible. In a single server, only one database must have one name only. The same name should not repeat. The same name should not repeat. Okay, maybe database something 4 lines, right? How to create the database? Simple. Create database DB1 or DB2 like that. That's all. Create database, some database name. Turn on off. Right? Now, in the database, what do we have? In the database, what inside the database? In the database, we'll have the tables. What? Tables, okay? Inside the database, we create the tables, guys. We create the n number of tables again. Suppose the EMP table, customer table, like this. We can take the student table. We can take the some products table like that. Each DB has a n number of tables. So here hierarchy is there. Hierarchy is there. This is what here, for example, EMP table, right? EMP table, guys, like that, all the tables. So first server, in that one, n number of one or more databases. In that one or more tables will be there. Directly table not possible. First open the server. In server, at least one database required. The database at least one table you have to create. At least one. At most n number of tables or databases. Okay, right. Now, so the same thing I'm going to do now. First open what here? Open the MySQL server, right? I opened here. All of you. Now in this one, I'm going to create the which one? Table database. In the server, what do we create? Database we create. Database we create. But before creating database, I want to see right now how many database available. Enough, right? Before creating, I want to see till now how many database available. Okay, then we use command called show databases. Show databases. If I click enter, displays all available databases right now in the server. Okay, I click enter. You can see, but how many are there right now? 34 databases are there right now. How many are there? 34 databases are there. Okay, so by default, guys, maybe one or two databases will be there. By default, these all are taken in different batches. Okay, right. Now I want to create my own database now. I want to create my own database. What's command? Create database. Database name. Tell me some name. Anyone name? Suppose let's take NTH 7 a.m. like this. 7 a.m. DB. Some different name. Should not be same name, guys. 7 a.m. right? 7 a.m. DB. Yes, it is created, guys. Affected means it's created. Suppose same name already is there. Some same name says that cannot create already name existed. Like that. Okay. Now what is over here? Database creating over. So right now in the server we have the how many? 34 database are there. 35 created here. 35 created. Out of 35, which one you want to use? We have to specify that one. Right now, how many are there? Totally 35 are there. Out of 35, which DB you want to use for creating table purpose? We have to specify which DB you want to use out of 35. You specify compulsorily. So use what's command name? User. Give the database name. This database I want to use. That's all. Right? So always create it and use it compulsorily. Out of all, I'm going to use so and so database like that. This simply can say that out of all, I'm activating this database so that it will be useful to create my tables. Now, what is active, guys? Here, our database is active compared to remaining all the databases. Now, in this database, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to create the tables. All right. Now, to create the table, which command do we use again? Create command we use, right? Create command we use. Now, all of the syntax here. Create syntax, all of them. Create table name. Some table name I'm giving here. Some table name I'm giving here. Some table name. create table name in the bracket. In the bracket, specify the what columns you want. I want the S number column. S number column. Then we want suppose one more. Which one? Suppose S name. All of you observe now. S name column. Next one, which one you want now? To specify here, we want something location. Location column. Next one, I want suppose marks column. Then we want suppose course, right? Course column. These are all columns I want. What's first one? S number, S name, location, marks, course. So here in each column, what type of data you are giving, you have to specify here. What type of data you are giving. In S number column, what data you give? Do you give the numbers? Do you give the string? Do you give the date values? Or bool values? Or float values? Which data you want to give as a number? Number means 1, 2, 3, 4. Means integers. So specify here space S number space integer comma over now means S number allows the integer values. Integer values. Next S name. S name which one we give? String values. String values, right? We give here, we give now varchar. You can give the two types are there. You can give the char or varchar also. What difference I'll tell you now. I am giving the varchar to give some size here. Like suppose 20 I am giving. If I give 20, what's the meaning? The length of the name maximum 20 characters or below 20 characters, not more than 20 characters. Suppose I am giving here, I am giving just 5, small number 5. As a name, I am giving the Narayana. Is it possible? No. Why? It allows only 5 characters, but I am giving Narayana 8 characters. Not possible. That's why here take the, but here suppose I am giving Sai, it's possible. Nani, it's possible. If you want to give lengthy name, then compulsory here maximum length take. Suppose I take the 100 I take, no problem, right? Location, it's also what here? It's also same. I'm taking the varchar. You can take any size, guys, no issues. Any size, no issues. Comma. Then marks, I take the integer. Marks float, float integer, right? The next one course. Same, I take the varchar, guys. I take the varchar. We have specified for every column, what type of data you are giving, we have specified. This is syntax of what? Creating table. Okay. So here, what is difference between char and varchar? For example, I take the one column, S name column. I'll observe now. S name column taking here. For this one, now what is taken there? I have taken the varchar of what? Something 20, guys. I have taken the 20. Now I am giving here. See, the S name allows how many characters? 20 allows, right? I am giving suppose only 4 characters. Out of 20, how many I am using now? 4. Remaining 16 will not be wasted. They will be carry forward. Memory will not waste. Variable size keep on increase, decrease, depends upon the length of the name. Suppose next time I am giving here Narayana here. Out of 20, how many I am using here? 8. So 8 only useful here, remaining carry forward, not wasted. That's called varchar. Variable means so here only 4 will be used. Here 8 will be used. See, it's varying. Okay, next I am giving, for example, only Sai here. Out of 20, how many using here? Only 3 using. Means here memory is not wasted. The size keep on varies. Depends upon the length of the name. That's what varchar. Now take the char. For example, same S name I'm taking. S name I'm taking here, all of you. S name. This is taken, for example, char of. Same char of 20, right? Char of 20. I am giving first, right? Nani. Out of 20, how many using here? 4. Remaining 60 will be wasted. 60 will be not useful, that's all. Means memory wasting here. Next I am giving, suppose I am giving here Narayana now. Now out of 20, how many using here? Remaining 12 will be wasted. Means not useful. Means if I use the char, then it will be memory wasted. If you use the varchar, we can save the memory. Then give me an example. Where do we use a cap? Compulsory use must be there. Otherwise, no need of cap, right? So when you think that length of each name is fixed, length of name is fixed always. Maybe one character less than greater than. At that time, we use the cap. For example, I'm asking gender, guys. We're asking the gender, right? Gender. We give the F, M, F, M like this. F means male. Sorry. F means female, and M means male. One character, right? At that time, you can take a varchar of something, one or two like that. Or I give the suppose 6 male for female 6 male means no memory wasted, little bit only, no problem. But in this case, in case of name, Nani 4 are there, Arena 8 are there. See, lot of changes are there. So when the length is fixed of every value, then you go for the cap. When the length keep on changing, you go for what here? Go for the varchar. All of right? But most cases we use varchar only, so that memory will be saved. So this is the way how to create what here? The table, right? The same one I'm going to do in the MySQL. All of you observe here. Same as it is I do here. So which one? Create. Take the table. Table name. Let's take NTH data like this. All right. Of same, right? See, create table. Table name of column name and what here? The data type. Again, column name, data type. Repeats for all. Repeats n number of. Okay. What's first one? First one, guys. I take the S number. S number, right? Which is which one? Integer, comma. Next, S name, which is the varchar of some 20 like this. Next one, let's take for example course. Okay, course. Let's take again. Let's take here varchar of again some 20. Stop it now. And when we are later again, we have to do alter, right? Add the columns, remove columns. At the time we see adding the fees, adding the marks at that time. Okay. Right now I'm taking 3 columns. What's first one? Second one? Third one? Course. Okay. Course, guys. Yes. Now in MySQL, every line must end with which one? This one. Semicolon must required. In Python, not required. In MySQL, it's compulsory. So if I don't give semicolon, I click enter. What happens now? That line will not execute. Task again, enter semicolon, enter like that. It represents end of the line. End of the line. I don't give the semicolon. I just click enter. See, asking me again, waiting for the which one? Semicolon. If you give semicolon, it starts executing. Okay, line is over. Command is over. Then execute the that line. Okay, I am giving semicolon now, and I click enter. Now table will be created. Table is created, guys. Right? Okay. Now all of you observe here in the server. In the server, I want to see how many databases are there. Which command we use? Show databases. The database, I want to see tables. Show tables. Okay. Right now, in our database, how many tables are there? Only one table, right? One table is there. Simply observe now. Show tables. Show tables. See, right? It's see tables in this database. What is there here? Only one table is there. One table, right? So in this table, right now, do we have the data? Data is there. Data is not there. Empty table is there. Empty table. But I want to see the table description. Like what are the columns available? What are the data types available? What are the size of the data types available? I want to see description of the table. So we use the description, shortcut. Description, space, table name. What's table name? NTH data. NTH data. Now displays description means all the fields, column names, data types, and size also displaying 2020. And the null key that we see later. Later we have the concept called constraint. Concept is there. Constraints, all constraint, foreign keys, default constraints that we see later. But right now, think about the field and the type. So all columns we have given here, and all the types also we have given that only available here. All right. So to see description, which command we use? The DESC and the table name. So this is what how to create the table. Okay, take the notes now. Create command. Write a point there. Write a point there. Create command is used. To create Trimna, why do this one? To create what? Database. Any other? If you see right now, the database created by using which command? Create command. Table also by using which command? Create only. Okay, so create command is used to create the database and the tables. To create a database and the tables. Database and tables. Right. So take the steps here. What's first step? Open MySQL server. Next, what to do after opening MySQL server? Enter password. Enter password. The third one, a password is given. Now what we do here? So show that. Just wait, guys. Show right. Show one databases. Show databases. Show databases. What's the meaning of it? What's the meaning of it? What's the meaning of it? It displays all database available where in the server right there. It displays all databases available in a MySQL server. For that one, what are this one? Keep in the box. Take the command, keep in the box. Command. All right. Next, what do we do? Next, what do we do? Create a table database. Database. Just keep it like this. Creating database. Creating. Keep it like this. Database. Creating database. Creating database. What's the command we use? If you want syntax, what syntax of this one? What syntax? Syntax are of you. So syntax means create a database. You do the database name, okay? Database. This is syntax. This is the example. In SQL, the syntax is very important. In interview, in mostly they ask how to create the database. Create database, database name. We say like that. How to create the table. Create table, table name, the brackets, column 1, type 1, column 2, type 2, like that. Okay, syntax very important. Or now it's creative over. Next, what to do? Using database or activating the database. Okay, right there. Using or activating database. What syntax here? Use a database name, right? Use database name. Use a database name. Here. Or next, what do we do? Now database activating over. In the database, I want to see suppose available tables, for example. Right now, no tables are there. If you want to see, then what to do? Show tables, right? That we see updating table. Okay. All right, there. Creating table, right? Creating table. Okay. Creating table. Take the syntax. Create table name. We specify in the syntax just column 1, then data type 1 like this. Data type 1. Column 2, data type 2. Column 3, date type 3 like this. Right. Next one. Right. Next one. Displaying all tables in database, right? In database. How? Displaying all tables. Right. Show tables. No syntax, right? Directly example only. No. Sorry. Show tables. Okay. Show tables like this. Keep in the box. Show tables. Here. Full syntax over, right? Table not created till now. Full syntax over. Okay. Okay. Look, take note of that. Text one now. Right now, all of you observe here. Now create the table. I'm taking one by one, but our practice will take side by side only. Go all. Actually, this should come later. Okay, no problem. But this should come here, guys. Actually, but don't. Yeah, don't rough in the notes. This should don't no problem. While practicing, you do like this. Over. Right. Next one now. Displaying a description of table. Now, which one here? Let me know. What syntax here? DESC space table name. Right. So here display description, right? Sure. Right. So now, what is over all of you? Which command over? Create, right? Create command over. Okay. But next one, right? Alter. Next is alter command. Okay. Next one is debating. Alter, right? Alter, guys. So what is alter? What is alter? Alter means what? Suppose right now, okay, this description is there, right? So first I can add the column, new column, an operation. I can remove the existing column. So two operations. I can rename the column or change the type, change the size, all of you. Change the which one this constant also can change. You can do any operation on this one, guys, by using what here alter. We can add the columns, remove columns, rename columns, rename table also. Okay, or suppose this is where char is there. I want to make it char. I want to make it char. Then now we use the alter. Here I give 20, but I want to give some 50. Or 20 already is there. I want to make it 50. Again, we use the alter. Right? An existing body, an existing header, whatever you want to modifications are, those are all possible by using what alter that we see in the tomorrow class. Okay, thank you all of you guys. And tomorrow, don't forget installation. By 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock, I share you that drive link. Which one? MySQL software. I'll share you that one plus this video also both. You do it compulsorily. Right? Thank you all of you guys.